Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is live tonight in Tampa, coming to you from the Florida State Fairgrounds. It's BKFC Fight Night, and we will open with 2 preliminary bouts. Then at the top of the hour, our main card will begin live on the BKFC app. Our co-main event, Jarrod versus Joe Me Escaposa, set for the light heavyweight division. And this evening's main event, for the BKFC interim bantamweight title, the undefeated champion Jarrod versus Reggie Barnett. Hey everyone, with Chris Lights Out Lytle, I'm Sean Wheelock. Tonight, Chris, we are in one of BKFC's home bases, Tampa, Florida. Next month, we will be in the ancestral home of the sport of bare knuckle fighting, the United Kingdom.
Where I had my first bare knuckle fight, Sean, I can tell you what, that place is electric. They're really good fans. They really are fanatical about their bare knuckle fighting. Let's see if they're ready for the U.S. to come over for that invasion.
It is an absolutely stacked card, which you can watch on the all-new BKFC app. Just $4.99 per month. No additional fee to watch BKFC 27 from London's famed Wembley Arena. It is part of your regular monthly subscription. If you haven't done so now, download the all-new BKFC app. The main event in London, MVP Michael Venom Page versus Mike Perry. That's intriguing, and we have a really intriguing main event tonight for the BKFC interim bantamweight title. Jarrod Grant holds that interim strap. He's undefeated against Reggie Barnett. Was a star coming out of BKFC 1. This will be his 3rd title fight in the promotion.
3rd title fight. He feels like 3rd time's a charm. These are 2 different guys, but they both have great styles, both very dedicated, really wanting to win this title fight, but both guys feel like they're the best guy in this division, bar none. It's funny when that happens. Both guys even dismissive of the actual champ right now.
Tonight's fight odds are presented by BetOnline.ag.
You can see here Jarrod Grant a favorite, -175. You have to bet 175 to win 100. With Reggie Barnett, you only have to bet $100 to win 145.
The rules of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. All bouncers scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds and are scored by 3 judges on the 10-point must system. Punching in the active clinch is allowed. There is no 3 knockdown rule. All kicks, knees, and elbows are illegal, as are all takedowns and submissions. We will open tonight with a bout in the featherweight division. Alex Tierney versus Derek Gates. Our tale of the tape is presented by Crescent Tools.
Sean, the thing that jumps out here, you can see that Derek Gates does have a 2-inch height advantage, but the main thing is that reach advantage. He has a 5-inch reach advantage, and we all know that Alex Tierney is going to want to come get inside, throw hard punches, so it's going to be up to Derek Gates to pop that jab, throw that 2, make Alex Tierney pay every time he steps forward to land those big punches.
This is bout number 3 in BKFC for Derek Gates and his 4th overall bare knuckle bout. Gates has also fought 30 times as an amateur in mixed martial arts. He told us in our fighter meeting, Chris, he has put a big focus on improving his conditioning. He felt that's been his missing piece to his bare knuckle game.
Well, that's the thing, Sean. There's nothing worse than being tired out there. And once you feel that, once you experience that, you have to correct that or you're never going to win a fight. You can't go in there mentally thinking you're not ready. He feels like he's corrected that problem. He feels like his opponent has great power, but he's wide with his punches. He feels like when his opponent comes in with those wide punches, he's got to be straighter and land them first.
There is genuine animosity between Derek Gates and his opponent in this bout, Alex Tierney. Mutual dislike, very strong. Gates said this is the first time 33 pro and ami bouts coming in that I have disliked my opponent. I want to hurt Alex Tierney. I want to embarrass him. This is the Pro Combat Sports debut for Alex Tierney. He's had 8 AMI MMA bouts. Tierney said, I absolutely cannot stand Derek Gates, and I think he's a quitter. Once I hit him hard, he is going to quit. I'll break him mentally before I break him physically, and I predict a first-round finish.
Well, he wants to use his attributes. He feels like he's very aggressive, has great pressure, very heavy-handed, wants to push forward, wants to land those big punches because, like you said, he dislikes his opponent. He's got to be careful with that dislike too much. I'm worried if he gets in there and knocks the guy down, he might hit him, get disqualified, something. He's got to be in control when he goes out there.
Tierney told us in our fighter meeting, the only way Derek Gates can beat me is if he is absolutely dominant in the clinch, and he will not be dominant in the clinch.
He feels like he cannot be controlled. He wants to show that he's a monster out there. He wants to use what he calls his controlled aggression.
To get us started, we send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the Florida State Fairgrounds here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. And welcome to BKFC Fight Night Tampa #2. BKFC preview begins tonight with 5 2-minute rounds in the featherweight division, presented to you by Onnit Total Human Optimization. Introducing you first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue and white. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, his official weight 143.3 pounds. Tonight, he steps into the squared circle for the 3rd time. Fighting out of Eagle, Idaho, here is Derek the Buck Gates. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears silver and black. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, his official weight 145.9 pounds. Tonight, he makes his bare knuckle debut. Fighting out of Town and Country, Florida. Here is Alex Tierney. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
Derek Gates said, I'm going to start very fast off of the scratch line, quickly establish and then utilize my reach advantage. Round number 1. White trunks for Alex Tierney, blue trunks for Derek Gates.
Tierney does have a wide open style like that. He's got to be careful with that.
See the naked right hands without the jab setup being thrown by Derek Gates. There's the jab. Big swings walking forward. Now Gates misses with the rear right uppercut. Into the clinch. Big uppercuts landed. Spear of blood on the face of Alex Tierney.
Tierney is cut open bad.
Those rear right uppercuts landing big from Derek Gates. There's the left hand, couldn't fully land from Tierney. Big exhale from Gates as he comes forward.
Sean, lots of times it takes people a round or two to get used to it. Derek Gates is taking advantage of that. Landing a lot of good punches on Tierney right now. That
rear right uppercut is landing on point for Derek Gates. Tierney running forward, swing and a miss, slip under from Gates, into the clinch again. 105 remaining, round number 1 of this 145-pound bout. Forward pressure from Tierney. There's the 1-2 long from Derek Gates, who talked about establishing that reach advantage. Now coming forward is Alex Tierney, and against the flow of the fight, down goes Derek Gates.
Was that a poke in the eye? What was it? I'm not sure exactly what happened.
Time called by referee Andrew Glenn, so not a knockdown.
Alex Tierney is acting like he's winning the fight right here. I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
And this fight is over.
I think I'm hearing that was a punch. I would like to see that again. It was just difficult to see from here.
Completely against the flow of this fight, and the win for Alex Tierney in his BKFC and Pro Combat Sports debut.
Here's a replay of that. It's going to be a little left hand. Yep, just a nice little short, straight punch right there. That's what did the damage.
It was a headbutt.
Didn't even see it from the other angle.
Headbutt.
So some confusion.
It was a headbutt.
Referee Andrew Glenn, who is one of the elite bare knuckle and MMA referees in the United States, calling time did not count as a knockdown, did not signal a knockdown, bringing in BKFC's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Don Muzi. And then Dr. Muzi telling Andrew Glenn that this fight cannot continue And that is the come-from-behind win for Alex Tierney.
And that's a nasty cut on Tierney's face right there. He's very lucky that this fight was stopped in his favor, because look, he has 3 cuts on his eye, it looks like, or 1 on his face. He has bad cuts all over the place.
Derek Gates was landing big, especially with that rear right uppercut. Saw the smear of blood on the face of Alex Tierney.
I mean,
Tierney coming back literally with 1 punch to win this fight.
And right here we see Derek Gates doing some of his best work, holding, hitting on the inside. And there, that might have been the punch that cut. Yep, that was it right there. That was the one that cut open Alex Tierney. And those are some nasty cuts. Right there, this was a very good intro for Alex Tierney into the sport of bare knuckle. He's got to be careful when this happens. You cannot go in there recklessly. You have to be defensive minded. Tierney right in front of us right now, yelled to the crowd. He is fired up.
It's a headbutt.
I was just talking to referee Andrew Glenn off mic. Andrew Glenn was telling me unintentional headbutt ends this fight. There's now some discussion with the Florida Commission table and referee Andrew Glenn.
It looked like a straight left hand to me.
Confirmed by Andrew Glenn, this will be a no contest.
Okay.
That's going to be a big surprise to Alex Tierney.
Yeah.
Andrew Glenn, again, saying unintentional butt, medical stoppage. Under the bare knuckle rules, 3 of 5 rounds have to be completed for a fight to be official. This is in round 1, thus the no contest.
Well, Tierney's probably going to flip his lid right here. Look at him. I mean, he thinks he's winning the fight right now. He thinks it's over.
Alex Tierney has no idea that this is going to be a no contest. But again, you saw Andrew Glenn never ruled knockdown, never started the count. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to an unintentional headbutt, at 1 minute 11 seconds into round number 1, this fight has been ruled a no contest.
Look at the look on his face right now, just utter disappointment. He did exactly what he wanted to do. He came in there, he took the punishment, he landed his punch, and he feels like he won the fight. To not get that very difficult fight for him, you got to understand the pain in his heart right now. He thought he won, he did not.
So Chris will look for the headbutt here. Watch the head of Derek Gates.
I'm not real sure. That looked like a punch. I'm not real sure. I don't, how's that? How the commission's, whatever, I don't know. I'm not a commissioner, Sean, but.
That is the ruling. Alex Tierney thought he had the win, but it is not to be. Derek Gates started strong. That is the closing sequence. Unintentional headbutt ruled, then a medical stoppage. And our opening bout of the evening, Alex Tierney versus Derek Gates, ends in a no contest.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live bare knuckle fighting championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full library of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's all available right now on the new BKFC app, all here for only $4.99 a month. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
BKFC Fight Night, live this evening from Tampa, Florida, is presented by OnlyFans, Crescent Tools, BetOnline.ag, and by 8-Man Strong. Next week, the road to BKFC London will premiere on the BKFC app. Right now, it's an exclusive preview of this outstanding new docu-series.
My name is Platinum Mike Perry, and I am a bare knuckle fighter out of Oakland, Florida. Been in the UFC for 5 or 6 years. I fought 15 times while I was there. I fought over 20 times as a professional. I've been in the boxing ring. I competed at Triad Combat, and then I beat Julian Lane, who is an experienced bare knuckle boxer and bare knuckle fighting championships. And I'm looking to make my second bare knuckle fight for BKFC August 20th against Michael Venom Page, a world-class fighter like myself.
I'm gonna break your hands with my forehead. USA! I'm going to put pressure on you constantly, and there's nothing you're gonna do to get me off.
He's an aggressive fighter, and I've been in front of many though, you know. Very few fighters have been in front of fighters like myself, because there's very few of us. Yeah, I'm walking a Rubik's Cube for fighting, and a lot of people are too stupid to work it out. And that's what it's gonna be. You know, he's gonna come forward, he's aggressive, he hits hard, but you're only as hard hitting if you land on your target.
The only thing I know about MVP or Michael Venom Page, I met him in London. I mean, I've seen some of his fights over the years. He seems like he has an idea of how this is gonna go, but you know, he said it. He said, I'm gonna come forward and things like that. That's just what I do. But I'm Swaggy McGee too. I got the moves and I got the sauce. So whatever he want to bring to the table, we know what I got in my back pocket and on the front of my face, on my forehead. I don't care. I'm moving in, I'm slipping and sticking, and you know, I mean, he's a tall, lanky guy. He's an Englishman, man. He's polite. Get him some tea and crumpets and tell him go lay down somewhere, because I'm gonna put him to sleep. You know what I learned from my first fight in bare knuckle was I learned that I already should have known what, you know, people were gonna do. I feel like it happens every time. I feel like I've seen it time and time again, where they talk and they run their mouths, or even if they don't talk, you know, it's just everyone gets in that ring and they run away from me. That's what I learned. They get in that ring and they run away from me, and they wait and they wait and they run away and they hide and they try to cower away, and then they throw a sneaky snake punch or something like it's gonna hurt me. You can't hurt me. So find a new fucking plan, because it ain't gonna happen. MVP and me can go play Sea of Thieves, so we can see if these nuts will fit in his mouth, because he ain't fucking gonna do shit to me that I ain't seen before. I already know what his little rubbery Gumby ass is gonna try to do, and it's gonna be run away and hide and cower until he can get a sneaky snake shot off. And it's not gonna fucking work, because I'm impervious to venom.
I'm the one and only MVP, Michael Venom Page, and I fight out of London Shoot Fighters, the greatest MMA gym. Originally started in Laogai Kung Fu, you know, what the Chinese do. Then crossed into kickboxing, freestyle kickboxing, more the speed element, and I won 10 kickboxing world championships, untold amount of British championships, untold amount of European championships, won every kind of major event within that organization. Crossed into the mixed martial arts world, but also did a bit of boxing, 2-0 in boxing, 2 KOs, 2 fights. I've always grown up in a rough area, to the point where I'm actually quite comfortable in navigating through the area, know everybody and know exactly. I've become very streetwise in terms of just understanding where there's danger, where there's not danger, where to go, where not to go, so on and so forth. It's also a lot of culture in these areas. There's a lot of different multi-cultures, different communities, different backgrounds, different religions. It teaches you people very, very well. So, I've always been happy to be a part of them.
Yeah, in general, the area's very different now, but for the better.
I've been in combat my whole life. I've been in fights, unfortunately. That doesn't mean anything. There's guys out on the street, they can't fight for shit. So you going out there beating up people that can't fight doesn't help you. Yeah, you're fighting somebody that knows combat very well. And I'm gonna be that sniper that puts you down. For me, this is why I seem to kind of fall everywhere, is because I just enjoy combat. If you give me a new challenge, I will definitely just work towards doing that and achieving and winning in that discipline. So I love combat. I love when new people come in here and they bring something different, learning there. It's hard to see Mike as anything because he's not somebody that I've followed much through his career. Like, I know of him, but I don't really follow him that much. You hear the stories. I've seen a couple interviews of him, and it kind of seems that that's part of his his character. We've met the other day, and he didn't seem too much of a loose cannon. He seemed quite respectful, so I can only go on, our interaction, and it seems to be cool. So, but I know he's going to be a loose cannon, when we get in that ring, and I'm ready for that. He seems like a tough guy, enjoys being hit, enjoys hitting, enjoys the whole experience of being in combat. There's certain aspects of it that I respect, aspects of it that I just don't care for. Like the whole being hit, feeling like you're a tough guy, I don't care for. I think the game is about landing shots, not being hit, and finishing on top, being the victor at the end of it, and that's what's going to be for myself. Yeah, I've seen it all before with Mike Perry's, and I say Mike Perry's because his style is not unique. He is one of many fighters, the exact same. I've had to deal with them before, and I'm going to destroy him. It's not about thought process, it's about knowing. I've seen it already. The second they mentioned his name, the second I saw his style, I've seen it many a times. I've seen it in different ways, front hand, backhand, slips. I've just seen me embarrassing him and then just putting him out. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. He's not smart. He'll just, a whirlwind, he'll try to come towards you. And that's usually his downfall in his career. This is why he hasn't hit the heights. This is why not many people know about him outside of his hype. He's got a big mouth and that's what he sells fights on. He's not known for his epic fights. It's a chess game and there's so much to learn. That's what keeps me interested and that's what keeps me stuck doing this. And I think there's a lot of people, especially with my style, because it's got such a unique style, a lot of people, a lot of other fighters, and I've actually heard it from, previous opponents. They've said, when they've watched me fight, they were like, there's no way that guy can do that to me. And that's how they feel. They genuinely feel that way before the fight. And then when they step in a ring, cage, whatever it is with me, they realize I'm the real deal. They realize how fast I am. They realize how deceptive I am. My movement is ridiculous. And my precision, my striking, how I demoralize people, it all happens. All these flashbacks of all the people that they were watching me fight, that they were claiming is not good enough, they realize they were. That's just how I make people look at the end of the day. And it's the same way I'm gonna make him look.
Chris and I are now joined live ringside by Mike Perry. Mike, you were watching along with us. First time you've heard those comments from Michael Venom Page.
Yeah, I mean, fuck that shit, bro. Excuse my language, I don't know, but...
We're on the app. You can say whatever you want.
Come on, bro. It's all good. He can think whatever he wants to think about me. I heard some things in there. It's like, obviously, he has no idea who he's in front of. That I haven't been a part of these crazy, entertaining fights. That's what the world knows me for. Don't I have more followers than you, Mike? What are you talking about? I've never been in big fights before. This is the biggest fight of your life, too, buddy. And I'm grateful to be here. I'm going to do what I do. I smash. I go forward. If I get smashed, that's a part of the game. He said it himself. I love it. I love every part of it. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful, bitch, me. I'm beautiful out here. Hit, don't get hit. Watch it. Watch it happen. He think I can't touch him from the outside. I'm Swaggy Magoo.
Like we talk about a lot, and to be great at this sport, I feel like you got to be not only a good hammer but a good nail, being able to take a punch. You know you can take a punch. Do you feel like if you just get in there and touch him, he's not gonna be able to take your power?
Man, you stick that nail in me, I'm gonna take it out and stick it back in you. All right, so the hammer, the nail, the whole tool shed, I'm gonna throw it right on top of him. I'm gonna hit him. And
I know, but do you feel like when you hit him, he's going to be able to take, I mean, you know you can take his. Can he take yours? That's the question. Do you feel like you just got to get in there and touch him and it's going to be over?
No, and especially the experience that I gained in the first one, knowing what I'm up against with the knuckles, the shots, the defense, everything has changed. My boxing has gone up exponentially. So, you know, I'm looking forward. I don't think he's going to take it. I think I'm going to give him what he can't handle, and I'm going to get him out of there. Sácalo de ahí to my Latinos.
Mike, how much of an advantage is it for you that you've now fought once in bare knuckle? You defeated Julian Lane. This will be MVP's bare knuckle debut.
Hey, man, I've done this, you know, I mean, no, definitely. The advantage of doing the first one, and Julian's a tough little a bug. He just you know, he just flying around. You like trying to get his, you got to get the bug, man. But, you know, so I'm one of the baddest men on the planet. I know that deep down. I can get through the gritty. I can do it cleaner, and I can do it pretty. So I'm down for all of it, and I'm here. I mean, the first fight just happened. I'm here for it. You see what I'm saying? I'm here just like the real fans, the real people supporting the show. It was very entertaining. And just a quick 2 minutes of like pure adrenaline rush.
Now, Mike, I feel like that a lot of people don't like going in somebody's backyard. They get intimidated. I see you being the opposite. You might even like being in someone's backyard and getting that negativity from them doing. Is that going to motivate you, you think?
You remember being young and you would like get in an argument with a kid at school and be like, we can go to my house, we can go to your house, we'll fight in anybody's front yard. It don't matter, we fight right here. People be like, take it outside, take it outside. It's 2022, we don't go outside no more. I'm gonna hit you when I get my chance.
This is such a buzzworthy fight. Is this someone, you coming from the UFC and the BKFC, when you were in the UFC, were you aware of Michael Page? Were you watching his Bellator fights? Did you follow his style?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he tried to say, you know, he doesn't know or about me or anything like that. People have seen my fights. We've seen each other highlights. He said when he met me, we were cool. You know, I seemed like a cool guy. I didn't seem like a loose cannon. He think I'm stupid and a loose cannon, or what he said. And then he, you know, he went back on what he said and said that I seemed like a cool guy and I was pretty chill. So, you know, I don't know, man. I really don't. Just, I'm going to do what I train for every day. I've been practicing, and I'm going to handle business.
Mike, this is such a stacked card. You're main eventing in the middleweight division against MVP Michael Venom Page. The co-main event, Paige Van Zandt versus Charissa Sigala. Connor Tierney versus Joe Elmore. Sam Shoemaker versus Mick Terrell. This is stacked.
I mean, the whole card tonight is stacked. The whole card tonight is stacked. This sport is really transitioning, and it's happening a lot in front of my eyes. You know, the fans know I'm new to this still, and I'm enjoying it so much. I think the blood aspect of this sport, the bone-crushing pains that this sport has in it, can really just impact everybody involved, and it really makes you jump out of your seat sometimes with excitement just when you watch and you see. Oh my goodness.
Man, this reminds me of what MMA was 20 years ago. Back when it was MMA, it was NHB, no holds barred. That's what this is now. That's the feeling I get when I watch it. I'm on the edge of my seat all the time.
Yeah, what do they call it? In Brazil, they call it like
Vale Tudo.
Vale Tudo. That is the word I was looking for. You guys both were right on top of that. Let's go.
Mike, great to see you, brother.
Yeah, it's great
so
to be
glad
here.
you're with
Thank
us.
you, BKFC, for having me. Shout out Tampa, shout out Florida, Central, Orlando, Miami. This is my state. Michael Venom Page should have been here tonight. We ain't get to show him our town. I went out and seen his town, and I'm going to go back, and he's going to drown for sure. I'm going to get him.
Next time we see you, it will be in London. This is Mike Perry. You will see him in our main event versus MVP Michael Venom Page. BKFC 27 from London's famed Wembley Arena, Saturday, August 20th. You can watch it on the BKFC app as part of your $4.99 monthly subscription. There is no additional fee to watch this absolutely loaded card. We continue with our free view. We now move to about at 125 pounds. The numbers presented by Crescent Tools. J.R. Ridge versus Justin Martinez.
I mean, Sean, these guys almost identical in their tail of the tape right here. Not going to be much different here. Not going to be about physical attributes in this fight. Just whoever's able to implement the game plan.
Bout number 2 in BKFC for Justin Martinez. He's a veteran of 5 amateur MMA bouts. Martinez told us coming into this, his second BKFC bout, he now fully understands the importance of not taking clean shots.
Not taking clean shots, being able to push the pace the entire time, 10 minutes. Wants to stay in, get to that clinch. That's where he feels like he gets his best chance to win.
Martinez talked about a wrestler's pace. He said, I want to maintain a hard wrestler's pace, close the distance. Once I'm on the inside, stay on the inside.
But it wasn't just about getting to the inside. He understood that the first time. Now he knows on how he has to get in there. Jab his way in, feints, head movement. You cannot just walk straight in. You can't dive in. You're going to get uppercut. You have to work your way in before you can get in there safely.
J.R. Ridge made his BKFC debut last December. He defeated Jarrod Grigori by first-round knockout.
And right here, you can see the power, the explosiveness. Look how smooth he is right there, Jarrod. Just nice and relaxed at all times. That's very impressive right now for being early in your career. And going to the body, look at that great body shot. That was beautiful. Look, he knows when he lands a body shot like that. That's probably it. You cannot land punches like that in this sport and not knock people out.
Bout number 3 in BKFC for J.R. Ridge. Born in the Philippines, now based in relatively nearby Clearwater, Florida, and you hear the ovation in his home state. Ridge comes to bare knuckle from Sancho. Very successful in that martial art. He was a member of the United States national Sancho team, a bronze medalist in the 2006 World Championships in China. You will see that foot movement, that creativity and movement from Sancho in J.R. Ridge's bare knuckle game.
Well, he's going to want to utilize that footwork you're talking about because he wants to stay outside here, work the jab, work the angles. He knows his opponent wants to get inside and use that clinch. He wants to try to avoid that. Then he can use his body work when his opponent is covering up.
J.R. Ridge said of Justin Martinez, he's a strong wrestler. I know he wants to be on the inside. I cannot let him establish the clinch. Excellent footwork. I have to keep hitting angles, land punches, mainly crosses from the mid-range and from the outside.
I liked what he said that when his opponent is trying to get in, he can post, throw that uppercut or angle off, and then throw right hands right after it angles off. Shows that he's been studying.
Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Presented to you by 8-Man Strong Abero. Strong has many forms. Find yours. Introducing you first. Fighting out of the red corner tonight, he wears black. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, 125 1/2 pounds. He steps into the squared circle for the second time. Fighting out of Wichita, Kansas, here is Justin Martinez. across the ring, his opponent, fighting out the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and silver. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, 125.4 pounds. His bare knuckle record stands at 1 victory opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Clearwater, Florida, by way of Angeles, the Philippines, here is JR the Lion Ridge. And our referee in charge of the action, Chris Young.
Justin Martinez said on the inside, constant punches from the half-tie plum and underhooks. My clinch game is absolutely paramount to my success. Low stance on the scratch line for Justin Martinez, round number 1. Black and white trunks for Martinez, black and silver trunks for JR Ridge. Immediately to the inside, just where he wants to be, comes Justin Martinez. Separation immediately from Chris Young, right back to it.
JR Ridge did a great job of just tying his opponent up right there.
There's the straight 1-2 from Ridge. Again into the clinch. Tied on the clinch, trying to work the underhook with the right hand, lefts to the head is Justin Martinez. Separation again from Young.
Martinez has been able to get the clinch twice, but he hasn't been able to do anything with it.
Soft warning from Young to Martinez, watch your head on the inside. See that grinding head pressure, chest to chest goes Martinez again. He sets center of the ring. 70 seconds remaining, round number 1. Good left hand on the entry from Ridge.
And as this fight slows down a little bit and settles, that's where it's going to be up to Ridge to throw good counters as he sees his opponent coming in.
Young just talking to Martinez about excessive holding on the inside. It has to be an active clinch. Big left hand lands from Ridge.
Good 1-2 right there.
And again, active clinch, the key term. Punches in the clinch, it will go, and the punch is now coming on the inside from the pocket from JR Ridge. Counter left hook from Martinez. Ridge walks through it.
You can see when Martinez is in there, he's just winging punches. He's got his feet planted, he's just throwing arm punches right there.
25 seconds remaining, round number 1 of this flyweight bout. See the feint? Good left hand off of the 2. Big swing and a miss from Martinez. Another swing and a miss from Martinez. Straight right hand, in comes Ridge, initiating the clinch this time.
And JR Ridge right there is showing some really good hand placement right there. Very accurate with his punching.
Final seconds, round number 1. Straight 2 naked throws without the jab as JR Ridge and lands just before the bell. Next stop in the second round.
And I know Justin Martinez talked about being able to go hard for 10 minutes, but man, he looks a little tired already. I know he uses a lot of energy when he gets in there and gets that clinch. JR Ridge did a good job of just clamping down and not letting Martinez do anything when he got inside.
The caveman, one of our favorites, Dave Rickles in the corner of Justin Martinez.
See if we can hear what he says.
You're hitting him with good overhand. Hey, you're hitting him with good overhand. You want to know when you're doing that? When you're going forward. Keep moving forward.
Keep your hand back at your face.
Hey, and we're never safe. You can't stand here. You can't fight backwards, Justin. You cannot fight backwards. You have to march him down. You have to go forward when you're working.
Head down.
And right here you can see a very good 1-2 that landed right on the button right there. And as Martinez threw a wild right, he just threw himself off balance. Oh, another good left hand right there by Ridge.
Both fighters up the scratch. Sporting slap of hands. Round 2.
Martinez is doing a good job of getting inside, feinting his way in, but he's got to keep a hand free so he can land punches when it's in there.
Ridge in the mid-range, right back out. Much slower start to round 2 from Justin Martinez than we saw from him in round 1 when he literally ran forward into the clinch. Snap jab, that is fast from JR Ridge. Counter right hand from Martinez, not there. Diversionary up jab from Ridge. See Martinez cut, slice over his right brow. That's ruled a slip immediately, correctly so by Chris Young. 1:15 remaining, round 2. Jab again from JR Ridge. That's on point, Chris.
Absolutely, like I'm saying, very impressed with his accuracy right now. Everything he's throwing is pinpoint accuracy. There, that knocked the mouthpiece out right there.
Right hand landed. Ruled a knockdown against the ropes. Knockdown number 1. Mandatory 8 from Chris Young to Justin Martinez. Now time called. Mouthpiece to be put back in.
And Sean, that was the correct call because he would have fallen down if it had not been for the ropes.
It's the determination of the referee. If the ring ropes support a falling fighter, it should be ruled a knockdown. And I agree with you, Chris. Absolutely correct in that ruling from Chris Young. Knockdown number 1. 35 seconds now remaining, round number 2. Ridge looking for knockdown number 2 in this second round. Martinez circling out, rear right uppercut, right hand, and there is knockdown number 2. Up at 8. The assessment from Chris Young, seeing if Martinez wants to continue. He does.
And Ridge better try and jump on it right now. He can end this fight in this last few seconds.
Martinez swinging, trying to hold on to the bell. Big shots now in the clinch from J.R. Ridge. We will see around 3.
And Martinez is doing a good job of fighting back, just winging these arm punches though, just winging right hands, left hooks. He's got to turn those over a little bit more. And here's the first knockdown, just knocking the mouthpiece out right there, and he's gonna finish this up right here. Good uppercut right there. Did it? See how if the ropes hadn't been there, Martinez would have fought. Oh, good body shot right there. I think it was a body shot that did the damage right there. Threw a nice little uppercut to the body.
Only finding his range when you're standing still.
Once again, if Martinez is going to get inside and push his opponent around, he's got to keep at free hands so he can land punches.
Do exactly what you're supposed to do. Hey, great shot.
Set for round number 3. This is our second and final preliminary bout of our worldwide Freeview Online BKFC Fight Night tonight from Tampa, Florida. The top of the hour, our main card begins. You can watch it on the all-new BKFC app. Both fighters back up to scratch. The sportsmanship continues. Touch of hands. Round number 3 underway. Ridge on the feint with the jab. Feint again from J.R. Ridge. Open-chested is Justin Martinez looking for the entry. There's the hook from Ridge. Swing and a miss on the overhand from Martinez.
I like how Ridge right now, he's just stalking his opponent, getting right in front of his hips and making him fight when he wants to fight.
Big swings, big misses from Martinez, again missing with that right hand. Heavy front shoulder in the stance from Ridge.
See how JR's just fighting when he wants to. He waits for his opponent, he gets right in front of him, and when his opponent comes forward, he moves back and counters. Or when he decides to, he gets off first.
There's the right hand on the entry. Ridge in, right back out. Lead left uppercut. That was slick from Ridge. Martinez struggling to connect. You see the big swings and the big misses here in round 3. Martinez pulling back that right hand. 55 seconds remaining in the 3rd round. Now into the clinch comes Justin Martinez. And
a great job again by Jarrod Ridge, just tying his opponent up, making the referee break that up. Sean, you are allowed to hit in that clinch, but you have to have a free hand. You cannot.
On the jab, and that's knockdown number 3, and we might be done. Jab to the finish line, and the win for J.R. Ridge.
What a performance right there. In total control of the entire fight.
It's not always about power. So often, especially in the sport of bare knuckle, it is about precision. That was a precision finish on the jab.
Well, the whole fight right there, J.R. Ridge showed a lot of precision. Here it is, pop right, perfectly placed right there. Sniper right there, just waiting for the right time, waiting for the right opening. Look at patient, methodical, bop, there it is right there. And that's all it took right there. In this sport, you cannot take punches. You never know, a jab, a hook, anything could cut you, anything could stop this fight just like it did right there, Sean.
J.R. Ridge, most definitely an emerging fighter in BKFC, now 2-1. Both of his victories coming by way of finish. And a finish by way of straight KO off of the jab here in round number 3. Justin Martinez was game. He was very clear-eyed in his strategy. He laid it out in our fighter meeting. He said, I have to get inside. He exploded into the clinch to start round number 1 off the scratch line. Ridge was just too slick, too elusive.
And Sean, it takes 2 guys to make that happen. He got inside, but when his opponent really did a great job of clinching, that took away his game. So he clinched both arms, did J.R. Ridge, and then Martinez couldn't throw punches. They broke him up and split him up right away. And then you had the guy with superior hands, and that was J.R. Ridge tonight.
We send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Chris Young, reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 31 seconds into round number 3 for your winner by KO, J.R. the Lion Ridge.
Sean, sometimes it takes a loss to get you refocused and to really understand this sport, and I think that's what happened with J.R. Ridge. He looked fantastic tonight. Looks like he's going to be tough to deal with for anybody at the 125-pound weight class.
J.R. Ridge is a first-class person. You see the sportsmanship. Talking to David Rickles, a first-class person himself, offering congratulations. Justin Martinez showed his toughness, but the precision, the accuracy, J.R. Ridge on point. 3 knockdowns to the finish. The winner by way of 3rd round KO, J.R. Ridge defeats Justin Martinez. Coming up top of the hour on the BKFC app, it is our 8-fight main card, Chris. Very intriguing co-main. We'll talk about the main event in a moment. 185-pounders, Jarrod Warren versus Joe Me Escaposa. This is a crossroads fight, make no mistake, for both men.
Absolutely. Escaposa's coming in, the new guy. Great record right now, but you know, a loss here kind of moves him back to make him people question, has he fought any competition right now? But a win, that moves him right up there in the elite part. Jarrod Warren, he lost his last fight, but it was a title elimination bout, so he's right there towards the top. He does not want to lose 2 in a row. That's going to push him back. A win gets him right back in title hunt, so very intriguing fight for both guys.
Our main event at 135 pounds, and here's the bantamweight situation. Johnny Bedford is the world champion, BKFC's 135-pound division. He is out through long-term injury. So an interim titleist has been awarded. That has gone to Jarrod Grant. This will now be bout number 2 for Jarrod Grant. He won the title, now looking for his first successful title defense, holding this interim strap, facing Reggie Barnett, who is entering his 3rd BKFC title fight.
Barnett has only lost 2 fights, and they've both been to Bedford, so he feels like he's the 2nd best guy in this division. He feels like he's the first. He really wants another chance at Bedford, so he feels like he just has to win this fight and get what he feels rightly his, that title, but he's got to get that from Johnny Bedford. But he thinks that he is clearly the 2nd best or the 1st best, but he's got to win this fight tonight.
We're in Tampa, Florida. It is jam-packed here at the Florida State Fairgrounds. Again, 8 fights are headed your way. The way to watch worldwide, live on the all-new BKFC app. Chris and I will see you top of the hour for BKFC Fight Night Tampa 2.
I'm the one and only MVP, Michael Venom Page. Entertaining, unusual, unique. I like to do stuff that doesn't necessarily make sense.
I think I'm one of the toughest men on the planet. It may not always be pretty, but damn it, you can't beat me. We'll see if he ever comes forward at all.
I want to go in there, I want to land shots and not be touched. I'm more a sniper.
Like I said, man, if he's there at the end of it, well, he'll be bleeding.
The Hometown Bomber, Tierney, Joe Hitman 187, Elmo.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live bare knuckle fighting championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full library of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's all available right now on the new BKFC app, all here for only $4.99 a month. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
Knuckle Fighting Championship fans, this is the world's most exciting combat sport.